Hi everyone, in an upcoming lesson we will be exploring the use of GeoGebra. So I'd like to give you guys a quick overview of some of the tools that we can use. So if you would like to go ahead and head over to geogebra.org and then click on the Start Calculator button so that we can go ahead and explore the use of their calculator suite. Now on your screen you will see a 4-quadrant coordinate grid, which we are all familiar with, and to the left you will see the algebra and tools button, which are the two icons that we will be implementing throughout the lesson that's upcoming. So if you go ahead and just stick to algebra for now and click on the input section, this is where you get the opportunity to input either points, equations, functions that you would like to appear on your graph. So we're going to start simple with a point. I'm going to want to graph the point 4, -2. And just like you do with writing points, you need parentheses. That's exactly how you're going to be inputting it into GeoGebra. So I'm going to type 4, -2, and notice immediately it gets graphed on the coordinate grid. If you press enter, it's going to assign a variable, a letter, to name that point. You have the option here to really customize your graph. If you hover over and click the point A, you can change its label. Okay, let's say I want to change it to the letter capital S. I can do that. You can change its color. So I'm going to change it to red. You can customize the way your graph looks. Now, for the sake of relating to the assignment that we will be doing, I want to show you some more features. So that's going to require me to input just one more point, which let's say I'm going to input the point 1, 2. Remember, we use parentheses, and then once we press enter, it's going to assign it a variable. I can always move around in my graph. I can always zoom in. The next tool I want to explore is under the tools icon. So I'll go ahead and click it. Here you'll see so many amazing tools that you can use. We're going to slowly be introduced to some of these. You can also plot a point using this feature here, the basic tools feature, by just pressing the point that you want to place. For example, I'm going to plot a new point B just by pressing the location, but we won't be needing that extra point for now, so I'm going to clear that from our screen. The next thing I want to show you guys is how to find distance. So scroll to measure, press distance. It tells you at the bottom left, select 2 points, a segment, polygon, or a circle. So I'm going to go ahead and select our 2 points. I press A, I press S, and wow, look at that. We got the value number 5. So the distance between A to S is 5. Okay. Now, let's say we have an equation we'd like to type. Okay. I want to create a linear function. I can type y equals 2. So notice when I type y equals 2, GeoGebra immediately graphs y equals 2. But as I start to add on to my equation, it starts to adjust my equation, which is great to kind of dynamically see how our function changes. Okay, so this is how I'd graph a linear function. I'm going to go ahead and delete it for now because I want to jump over and look at the tools for graphing circles. Okay, so if we go to tools, let's say we don't know the equation of a circle yet. That's okay. GeoGebra allows you to create circles using the circle feature. So let's say I want to create a circle. There's multiple options here. The one I want to use is circle with given center and radius because I want to create a circle centered at point S that passes through point A. So what that means is I'm going to click it. It says select a center point. So I'm going to select S as my center point. And now I'm prompted to input my radius. Well, remember, the distance from A to S was 5. We found that using the distance tool. So I'm going to type 5. If I press OK, now I have my circle with radius 5. If we want to use the distance tool again to really make sure that the radius here is a measure of 5, I'm going to first place a point on the circle. Let's say we pick the point here. And now I'm going to use the distance tool to measure that distance of the radius. And there we go. We've confirmed that we have a circle with radius 5 centered at the point 4, -2, without even having to know how to write the equation of a circle. But we can get into that. If we knew the equation, all we would have to do is type the equation into here. Notice that that feature actually gave us the equation right here. The quantity x minus 4 all squared plus the quantity y plus 2 all squared equals 25. Okay, so I hope these tools were useful, and we will continue to explore more tools, but this is a great starting point. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Bye-bye for now.